Ah, oh, where are we? We're at the beach. I'm on the boogie board, looking for the waves. Where the hell are the waves? They're not here. It's PK here. I thought I was on the beach. I must have been dreaming. Anyway, let's go talk about what we're gonna discuss today, which is sports. Let's grab this. Here we go. Oh, okay. Got the boogie board. Let's go over here and talk about what sports out of the box I recommend you guys doing. Here we go. Right over here, you guys. Went to the beach earlier. There were no waves, so couldn't catch anything. Here. So much better. Jeez. Okay. PK here with Out of the Box. What we're going to talk about in the Out of the Box lifestyle is what sports should you try that I think are worth doing when you have an opportunity. These are, again, I'm going to name 4 sports. They're all individual sports. And what I like about individual sports, I do all 4 of these because they rely on you. I was never a team sports person. Again, everything relates back to the trading. It rely on yourself. It's up to you how hard you want to work at it. It's the fitness, the gym, free weights, the sport. Number 1, playing tennis. And in these days, you don't need to get a tennis partner. Forget about finding someone to play with. The way to do it, get a ball machine. You can rent a ball machine. It's $10, $20 for an hour. You go out there, it's automatic. You set it, hit the ball. It really feels great. You get a great workout. For you cardio buffs, you get to work on your strokes. You can set the ball machine side to side, high, low, fast, slow. I love the ball machine. Back in my generation, you had to find somebody to play with. Forget about it. You don't need anybody to play with. Play with yourself. Number 2, skiing, or everyone goes snowboarding. And of course, these are both great sports. You're in the mountains, the fresh air, depending where you live. But I strongly recommend you do this if you have that chance in the winter. You live in a winter area. I grew up skiing and I grew up playing tennis. I was a competitive tennis player when I was young. Of course, living in Southern California, we have the weather to play. Skiing, my parents are big skiers. I've been skiing since I was 5. I was a freestyle skier back in my generation. There were no Olympics, so I definitely had to shoot for it. Plus, I always knew it was going to work when I graduated. So I turned pro at 18. I went to school in Colorado and skied in Vail 120 days a year. And quit skiing. I retired from skiing at 21. There was no money. Things changed now. I'm sure now this Olympic event, you get sponsors, you can make money, but forget about that. But I recommend going skiing or snowboarding. It's really great. What's great about both these things, you can just be a beginner and have a great time. That's one of the beautiful things about both these sports. Tennis, you can enjoy them right out of the gate. Next one, as you see, boogie boarding. Again, I always take the boogie board down to the beach if you live near a beach or have a beach opportunity. It doesn't take any skill, very little skill, because you don't have to go so far out. You can do the smaller waves, and you really get the same thrill of dropping into the wave. And it's just, all these 3 so far, they're all great escapes. Now, the 4th thing, of course, is much more advanced. Either windsurfing, which nobody does. I'm like an antique still windsurfing because I'm 6, don't forget it. I'm going to be 62. Everyone goes kite surfing. I wish I could kite surf. Believe me, if I didn't have this brain aneurysm, which means I can't look up. You see my speech is screwed up. My balance is, I've had comments. A lot of you guys think I'm drunk. I haven't had a drink and I have a half a glass of wine. I drink Diet Coke, 4 of those a day. But if you want something more advanced and challenging, windsurfing, kite surfing. But the problem with these things, these sports, they require a real commitment because they're not easy. But the reward, and this goes with surfing too. Surfing, windsurfing, kite surfing, they're all take a big commitment. But if once you get there, if you can work your way through it, take lessons, you can learn, there's nothing like it. There's just something unbelievable. You know, some of my best years in my youth, in my 30s, remember I lived in Maui from age 35 to 40. Why I went to Maui, and the thing is, I didn't start windsurfing until I was 24, 25. I was a tennis player and a skier. And I surfed maybe 10 times, lousy surfer. Wasn't one of those people who surfed when I was a kid. Very jealous. Of course, all the surfers are the ones who got the girls in the high school. Who cares about going skiing? But that's how it was. So again, we got tennis, we got skiing, boogie boarding, windsurfing, kite surfing / surfing. And of course, I forgot to mention, go paddleboarding too. The problem with paddleboarding, this is not really a sport. And yes, it can be a sport, but when I've been and gone on vacation, but there's no thrill. I'm trying to give you something that's thrilling. You get excited and you say, PK, what's so thrilling about playing tennis? I'm telling you, on that ball machine, when you step up and you hit a good stroke, it feels great. And remember, my whole out-of-the-box lifestyle is about trying to feel great. Eating, fitness, and doing these sports. The team sports, I'm not saying you can't feel great if you play basketball or football or whatever, your lacrosse. I see people at the fitness they play here on the East Coast. But you need other people. And what's great about these things, you can do them on your own. And so anyway, and plus these 4 things or 6 things I mentioned, they give you this thrill and they take your mind now, especially for you when you're into the trading. Remember, we need distractions on the weekends. We need somebody to take our mind off it. For all the rest of you, have some job. It's the same thing. It's a great break. Find something you know that interests you. That's an individual sport, and believe me, you'll have this feeling of accomplishment. You just feel it. Anyway, so that's it. These are the sports you should try. This PK here, after the beach, try to go boogie boarding in the backyard, as you see, unsuccessfully. There's no waves and no beach, but hey, I tried. Wish you a great weekend. Talk to you again tomorrow. Ciao.